Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Look on the screen. This is a caricature. It's not the real couple, right? It's just a caricature drawing of the couple. And this is why I chose this because what I'm about to tell you, this is a listen up. It's young or older. This is a listen up moment for the ladies. I got this disturbing call and it's really bothered me, okay? A friend of mine called me. Her friend, my friend's friend, her husband died, okay? Husband died. They had the funeral and all that. Uh-huh. Had the funeral and all of that. Then after the funeral, and let me kind of give you some background. This couple, they're older. Um, they're like in their 60s. Okay. I think like early 60s. And they were married. So not just a baby mama kind of thing, but they were married. And this goes to show when you're with a dusting, whether you are married or a baby mama, it's pretty much the same thing. You are in the same shoes. I'm really serious. It's pretty. You rarely see a difference unless you got a policy on one. It's pretty much the same thing. So she called me and she said, so he died. They had the funeral, was the wife, handled and all that. And so after the funeral, things kind of settled down. The man was retired. He had served in the military. I can't recall which specific branch, but he served in the military. So he was retired and he was on a pension. Okay. So after he died, things settled down, got the funeral and all that going on. Of course, as any spouse would, because you are legally entitled to it. After he died, she went ahead and contacted I guess the facility or what have you, those people. She went ahead and contacted them to go ahead and see about getting his pension. Because when a spouse dies, after that you don't necessarily get like the whole amount that they're getting, but you may get like a portion of it. So like if he was getting, let's say if he was getting like let's say 4,000 a month, then she may get 3,000 a month or somewhere along those lines. Okay, so that's what she called herself doing. So she contacted them and said, oh, I'm Mrs. So and so, my husband died, yada 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 yada. Which this here I'm still just not understanding. So when she contacted them to tell them that, she was like she wanted to find out what she was going to be getting. Well, they told her, or what she's going to be getting is nothing. You're going to be getting nothing because he did not have her listed as a spouse. That's what they told her. He did not have her listed as a spouse, so therefore she would be getting nothing. And that's that. And so I thought to myself, I said, well, how is that possible? Because they weren't legally married. So I don't understand. I said, what about the health insurance? Could they go by that and say, okay, she was on the health insurance, and if she's on the health insurance, and maybe there's a mix up, they can say, oh yeah, they were married. He was on the health insurance because for a spouse, the health insurance is free. Okay, if you have a man who's in the service, so for a spouse, the health insurance is free. I said, so check on that. Maybe the person didn't know. They could say, oh yeah, my mistake. She goes, well, she wasn't on the health insurance because she was still working, so she paid for the health insurance herself. I said, well, did he at least buy her a house? She goes, she has a house, but she bought it herself. So they're legally married. The establishment just told her that he did not have her listed as a spouse. So ergo, that makes why she didn't have the health insurance. So I'm like, so she bought her own house, down payment and all, still paying for it, by the way, it's not paid for. And so he couldn't at least give her the free health insurance, buy her a house or anything. They said that he is no on the paperwork. So I said, well, could she maybe just show, which I'm not sure if she's decided to maybe give this a try. Could she maybe show how she has a marriage license and she could show them the marriage license and then maybe they can give her, she's like, they need to have him. But she's saying they told her they need to have him put her down. So he's just pretty much having like he's single. He did not have her down for anything, and they were legally married. And she goes, oh, she was so hurt. She was so hurt. She knew about the pension. And so that's why I said life is business. We're not taught that, I don't think, as a collective, and then these things happen. We need to get to the paperwork, like the I do paperwork, and what's going to happen during and after the I do. We need to get to some kind of paperwork. So she said, but he had a pension. And that's why the wife was calling, so she too could, get the pension. At least get her percentage as a surviving spouse. But see, with this dude, because he didn't put, and they were legally married, he didn't put her down on anything as a spouse. She's getting absolutely nothing. So my friend said this. She said, so basically, she told her he'd rather have the establishment keep the money instead of giving it to her. She said, think about it. I told her, he'd rather have them keep the money instead of giving it to you. What were you married for? Just to say you were married? What were you married for? Did he, girl, even after 30 years, even if he got you a rock, and 30 years, that's it, a rock? What was the marriage for? See, we need to get to the paperwork. Because if it was me, and she was like, well, he was a player. I don't care, player or not. You think these men won't do something like that? Oh, no. Really? From broke to rich, they'll play. You think they won't do something like that? Sometimes, honey, the wives are quiet because guess what? She playing too. She just ain't telling you. But anyway, let's not get off the topic. What was the marriage for? He did not put her down on anything. You think he didn't know? As my friend said, and I agree, he'd rather have them keep the money than give it to her. She still works, and the house is not paid for. So the pension thing, what if it just brought in, just say on average, maybe $3,000 a month? And this is tax-free dollars, is my understanding. What if that pension just brought in $3,000 a month? What if her house note is $2,100 a month? Then for the rest of her life, as a surviving spouse, she could have had the house note paid for. Don't have to worry about it. She could still be going to work and saving that house note. My dad taught me early. I was in junior high. You just, again, my dad was always having conversations. So you don't really grasp it. You just know your dad's talking and you're listening, what your dad has said. That's how I grew up. He taught me, you need to find out early. Someday a man going to ask you to marry. You need to find out early where you're going to live. What's he going to have for you? He says if he pulls up to a shack, that's enough, because I shouldn't raise you in a shack. No, honey. My daddy grew up poor, but he raised us in the middle class neighborhood. We were 15 years old, sweetie, and these little brown feet were on the street of Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills shopping at Neiman's. And back in the day, my mom and her sisters, everybody, that was like a regular store. Everybody and mama shopped at Neiman's back in the day. My mom and my sisters, I remember that, we, and then you get older, like, wow, that's still been around a long time. But they all shopped at Neiman's. For furniture, it was Haverty's or Levitt's furniture. But back in the day, it was just Neiman's. They even have, now it's Horchild that they're affiliated with. But back in the day, I remember they used to buy furniture at Neiman's. That's where my mom got our furniture, my parents. So my dad was a provider. He grew up real poor, but he did the best for his family. We were teenagers, vacation in Malibu, loved the beach. Malibu. Why? Because my dad, he grew up poor. He didn't have those things. And he said, when I grew up, I was like, when I get married and have kids, they're going to travel. And we did that. Malibu, Monterey, we were teenagers hanging out there. Wilshire Boulevard. I never forget. I may have mentioned it on the channel before. How we were on Rodeo Drive. Oh my God. And that's when I saw Stephanie Mills in a red convertible Mercedes. And I'm like, oh my God. I never forget. But anyway, and we were out in public, and I said, oh, Rodeo Drive. And my mom looked at me and gave me that look. It's Rodeo Drive. And it was a look like, let's just say I never made that mistake again. Okay? Don't embarrass me. So that my dad wanted us to have. He was a provider. So he and my grandmother was married. They got divorced. But so my dad instilled that in me. What you doing? What's going on? You just don't roll up with something, no, no, no. You need to go ahead and assess the situation. We have to start doing that, because from what I see, that's what we're not doing, and it's not working for us. As I said, what are we teaching our young women? What are we teaching them? And if we're not teaching them, why? Why aren't we? This here, let's get to the paperwork, but no, we want to go ahead and avoid that. Let's just go ahead and get to the bedroom and then create some children that we can't afford to feed, and then raise them up in poverty, and then you look up, get stressed, the man might leave. We got that part down. It's time to go ahead and do a rewind. We need to do a retake, my friend. And I thought about that when she said it. She said, so basically, he'd rather have them. And think, I mean, it's just a sheet of paper. He'd rather have them to keep the money instead of giving it to her. And I said, I bet she was at that funeral up there. Oh, I don't know his name. Don't care to know it. Oh, Henry. Oh, my beloved husband, girl. He was a POS. He was not a husband to you. A husband is a provider, a keeper, and a protector. What was it for? Just to say I'm married now? I have a husband? What was it for? It sounds like to me she may have had the title of wife, but she was operating and providing for herself as a single woman. What did you get out the marriage? Anything? They told her she was getting nothing. He didn't have her listed on anything as a spouse. And so a marriage license mean anything. They may think, oh, well, he's dead. They might need him to confirm. I don't know. This is just crazy to me. But I get it. So the question is, when will black women get it? She went to get that sign up for the pension. And I thought about it. Well, they live in a strange, and he was just acting up. And maybe she thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and stay in this marriage, and I'm going to wait and just wait. And if something happens, I'm going to go ahead and get mine on the back end and get this pension. No, because he doesn't have her listed as a spouse. So basically, you just wasted time. See, you would need to find this out way early in the game. And then let's say later, I don't understand it. If I was her and I had, well, with me, it probably wouldn't have gotten that far, because I'm not, no, I'm not playing like that with you. I'm just not doing it. I don't need no guessing game. I need to know what's up. It's not going to be a guessing game. But let's say that did happen, honey. What I would have, if that had been me finding out late for whatever reason, when it came down to it, I would have been like, oh, they having this funeral. I wouldn't do nothing for him. She said, my friend said it was a player. Let the playgirls come get it. Come get him. Where's Bonquifa and Pebbles and Periwinkle? Where's Satin, who slides down the pole? What a chicks at? What a good time girls at? They can come do it. Baby, they could be laying him down at that church, honey. I'll be sitting up. Have y'all seen, did you know Thelma? Thelma, she did get a role in, what is that? The Family Business, Carl Weber. I need to catch up on that. Haven't watched it in a while. What you trading next week? Any plans? You doing Walmart calls still? You see QQQ was at 500 yesterday. Oh, I gotta go ahead and get my mani and pedi done. Time for a waxing. I'd rather sit up and watch paint dry. You know what? I'm gonna be busy catching up on some reading. You wouldn't catch me at no funeral. Ooh, for what? I said, well, I bet she put on probably a good show. Just by showing up and crying for the man. Loving a man that don't love you. I was just shocked. She thought, and see, my thing is, little things like health insurance, he could have saved you that money. Health insurance come out of your check is expensive. What if she gets laid off? An older lady. What if? What if she gets laid off? At least that pension, it could have paid her house note unless she got remarried for the rest of her life. She could be like, oh, this is going to pay my house note. She could let that pension pay her house note, and then she could have paid too and get it paid off early. Generational wealth. But no, he rather them not give it to you. Remember this video that I did, and I believe this channel, because someone had asked before, I called Black Women Wake Up. So let me go back to this. So just like this here, this couple, it was all a dream. It wasn't a dream, it was all a joke. This here is a caricature. It's not the real couple, it's a drawing of them. That marriage that she thought she had, man, that marriage was a joke. The marriage was a joke. Do you hear me? Straight up joke. It wasn't real because the love wasn't there. Remember the video I did? I said, sadly, this is what many Black women refuse to face. She thought she was going to, and again, she said to me, she was so hurt. Who wouldn't be, you think? As the video said, some of you sisters, and we're talking about a collective of men, some of you all are just delusional. Are you in love with an idea? Bingo. So without further ado, listen to what this beautiful queen has to say. It is so accurate. I haven't found a lotto. Black women, the collective, they hate you. Here you go. They hate you. This is not conjecture. This is not hyperbole. This is a fact. The undeniable evidence is plain to see. They use you for sex but refuse to give you marriage. They get you pregnant and leave you to fend for yourself without resources, without support, without help. They do this at a 77% rate. In case you can't recognize it, this is hate. They shoot up your communities. Your kids are killed. They see the damage they cause and they continue it still. They beat, rape, and murder you at the highest rates. There is nothing you can call this behavior except hate. They refuse to build resources. They refuse to protect you and work hard to make sure that the whole world rejects you. Yes. They write songs calling you bitches and hoes, and that's the way that hatred grows. So the whole world joins in dehumanizing you. They hate you and makes the world hate you too. They tell the whole world you're ugly, unloved. Yep. They call you unworthy, undesirable, and if that's not enough, they sex traffic you and your daughters. They don't see it as wrong. They molest over 60% of our little girls before they're even grown. They use you as mules. They use you as tools. They use you like fools. And to them, it's all cool. And they do this publicly for the whole world to see. How much more hateful can hatred be? They manipulate you in every way to gain your love, labor, and energy. And once they receive it, they spit on you, they hit on you, they shit on you, and they quit on you. And then they say that's how you deserve to be treated. They throw you in freezers, they bash you in the head, they kidnap you, rape you, they leave you for dead. Then they blame you for it and they laugh. They laugh at your suffering, they laugh when you're dying, they laugh at your injuries, they laugh when you're crying, they laugh at your trauma. They laugh while they victimize you. If you have a 700 plus credits. That right there, I don't know more to tell you. Who didn't get the memo? You don't think he knew that pension could have helped her? You don't think the man knew what he was doing? That's why I think he did it. I believe he did. How could you not know? You are you serious? But she trusted him. She thought she had a pension. What the lady say? Hey everyone, look on the screen. I saw this on the channel called Black Women Wake Up. Yes, so Black women need to wake up. And in case you want to go ahead and check this out, that's where I saw it, Black Women Wake Up. But what did she say about a resource? Men, some of you all are just they hate you. This is not conjecture. This is not hyperbole. This is a fact. The undeniable evidence is plain to see. They use you for sex but refuse to give you marriage. They get you pregnant and leave you to fend for yourself without resources, without support, without help. And why do you think he didn't have her down as a spouse? Well, he probably. Are you really? I'm willing to bet that he knew. Why do you think he didn't have her down? Who doesn't know about the pension? And you in the system. He might be getting the last laugh from the grave. And I thought about it. My friend said she was just so hurt. Oh, she is so hurt. And probably, oh, Henry. Oh, they my husband. Girl, Henry was a POS. Henry played you for a fool because, honey, it sounds like to me Henry hated you. What did you get besides, okay, you say you're married, and what's the benefit? And look at the embarrassment. Look at as my friend said, so he'd rather them keep the money than to see you have it. Married to one of them, talking about baby mama, pretty much on the same level because you're going to be taking care of yourself. The same thing he leave baby mama, the same thing he's going to leave you. Nothing. Oh, you got some memories, boo. Yeah, great. Let me see you go ahead and house yourself with those memories. So this right here, as a good lady said, they hate you. Fending for herself before she was married to him, fending for herself during the marriage, fending for herself after the marriage. But they seem to know how to get it right when they're with non-black women, non-black or white. They know how to get that right, take care of them. And look at the embarrassment. Again, as my friend said, it's very hurtful. He would obviously rather see them with the money than her. She should have handled up. And if he protested, then that would be my way out. Bye. If he protested, oh, then should have handled up. And if it's not working, then it might be time to go. I don't care. Well, I'm gonna have to. I rather have my self-respect. Why do you think when these rich black men get with these women, it's a whole lot of marriages going on? They create baby mamas too, but notice how many of these athletes. It's a whole lot of marriages going on. They want that paperwork. Life is business. Black women been sitting up here, pulling the cart before the horse. I'm gonna show him how much I loves him, and I'm gonna give him what he wants, and I'm gonna cook and clean and have his children so he can see how much I love him. How's it working out? Where's the appreciation? Where is the appreciation? Look at this right here. Look at them. I just felt bad I couldn't believe it. And I thought about this video. What's she say? They hate you. But we're going to keep on playing. I thought about this video. Wow. Ain't this something? Actions do what? Speak louder than words. But we're going to keep on playing, aren't we? Oh, it ain't that bad. Again, what was a marriage for? Honey, she would, doing the funeral and all that form, I would have left that clown. Honey, let the good time girls put him in the ground. He's a ladies' man, a player. Guess what? Let the playmates put him in the ground. I wouldn't be wasting my time. I'll be sitting up, I'm reading the Wall Street Journal. Hey, did you get the veranda? Oh, yeah. I love AD, Architectural Digest. I love, what's this new one that just came in there? I haven't gotten in a while, Intellect. Ain't gonna be no argument. Well, you should have, what you should have did, I wouldn't be arguing with his family, nothing. I can't believe she didn't show up. You disgraced my father. I can't believe that. You know you married to him. You should have showed. I'm not going to argue with you. Again, I'm busy reading, looking at AD. Look at these designs. Oh, look at that. I bet that's Schumacher fabric. I'm busy looking at architectural design. I'm busy looking at, I do like that. You know what? I need a laugh for the day. Let me see what Pretty Black Magic got going on her channel. Pretty Black Magic 99. What's she doing on her channel? That girl would trip me out. What Erica Williams doing? I'm sure she's giving out some knowledge. That's what she does. Very smart, intelligent, beautiful black woman. The sister is on it. What is she doing? Let me go ahead and get some intelligence. Learn something. What is she doing today? What's she talking about? I wouldn't have been at that funeral. Look at the embarrassment. But why? Wake up, black women. When you have a man like this, they hate you. And I'm out.